Good evening and welcome to Lisa Lovestone. So what should we call this segment? This is going to be an educational segment. So I don't know. I'll name it when I post it. I got caught in the rain today, so I've got that I got rained on look. We had a really nice downpour, which we've had this much pollen, so it was really nice to have some rain, just clean the air. I feel like I can breathe again. So I went to the mall today. And went and fed my kitties, of course. All right, so I promised I would share a prayer ritual with you that I learned from Coffee with Karen. And so I'm going to share that with you, and then I'm going to go to a new video so that the videos don't get super long. And I'm going to go to a new video, and I'm going to do a 3-card pull with my brand new deck. La 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 la. I love new decks. La 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 la. Moonology. I haven't used it yet. So my first use will be with us. You and me, baby. Okay. So, I think I'm gonna light my Reiki candle. Even though I'm not giving Reiki, I'm doing spiritual work. Okay. Okay, dokie. All right. So, I had mentioned that I have problems with my readings. Not my readings, my Q&As. My personal Q&As have been a little hokey pokey, and I'm like, but I got my Reiki on. My attunements are supposed to protect me, but they protect my physical body, I suppose. But more was needed. So I said that I needed to add Christ back into my life and into my protection. So that's what I'm doing, and it's working. Because I've I've just not been using my dowsing rods, as you've noticed, nor even my pendulum, because my pendulum lied to me. And it's not supposed to be able to lie to me when I'm in Reiki and so the Reiki flows between the palms of my hands, right? This is supposed to be a very sacred space. But my pendulum, I said, in the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light? And it said no. With my Reiki on. So just Reiki with all the symbols that I have been attuned to is not enough. I've had to add Christ into it. So this is how it works. I'm not taking I'm not taking credit away from Coffee with Karen. She's the one that worked earnestly on this. I was just like, well, I have periods that last for hours or even days because of my fibromyalgia, where I'm in a brain fog. And then if I'm in a brain fog, forget it. Figuring stuff out. I know when I'm out of my brain fog, when I start having aha moments, and I'm like, oh, some clarity, yay. I can think normally. So, yeah, she was able to crack the code, so to speak. And so I'm going to share that with you. Okay. So when you're working with a pendulum, now remember, this is true, that your subconscious or even conscious your will can affect your answers. So you need to be careful of the kinds of questions you ask, like something that you really, really, really want. You want it to be true or you want it to be false. Ask someone else to ask the question for you. Get a what I call a study buddy, right? And they can ask you to ask questions for them, and then they can ask questions. Okay. So I can get a study buddy. Let's just leave it with me, okay? Then I can say it better. So I could have a study buddy, and I can say, hey, I have a question that I need answered, but I feel like my emotions are too tied into the question and into the answer, and I may cause my pendulum to swing in the way I want it to go. Will you ask the question for me? And they'll be like, yeah, sure. And they ask the question for me because they have a neutral, like the answer is neutral for them. It doesn't matter to them if it's a yes or no answer, okay? So then that's what you would do. And then they would have a question, but they really strongly want it to be yes or no. And it could mess with the outcome of the answer. So then they would say to me, hey, Lisa, could you ask your pendulum a question for me? And if it's not significant to me, whether it be a yes or a no, then I'll ask. And then, so, that. So, you could do that. But also, negative energies can come and mess with your answers and give you deceitful answers. And you could be going for days or weeks and thinking that, oh, look at all these answers. Look at all these answers, And then all of a sudden, an answer, you're like, wait a minute, you told me that this would happen and it didn't. Or, wait a minute, you told me yes when the answer was no. What's going on here? Right? Little nasties have been messing with your answers. So here is something that Bedhead Karen figured out, and I'm one of her members, and I got something sticky on my glasses, and so this is what's working. Okay, so I say, all right, I'm doing it 3 times, but I don't know if you have to, okay? I've just decided I'm going to do this prayer 3 times. I'm going to do both things 3 times, okay? So, here is the prayer. And I'm going to say the first time slowly, so if you want to write it down, you can write it down, and you don't have to keep pausing or, rewinding. So you can get it written down. All right, so I close my aura to all but my higher self, and only those who are of the purest and highest light. And I ask the archangels, I added this, okay, I added this. And I ask the archangels, Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael to assist. And I say it again. I close my aura to all but my higher self and those who are of the highest and purest light. And I ask archangels Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael to assist. One more time. I close my aura to all but my higher self, and only those who are of the purest and highest light. And I ask archangels Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael to assist. Okay? Then you take your pendulum and you make sure that you know what your yes and no answers are. Confirm. Okay, pendulum, what's a yes answer? Get that. Pendulum, what's a no answer? Get that. Confirm it. Okay? And then make sure your pendulum is in between your palms of your hands. And then you say 3 times, in the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light? In the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light? In the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light? And then my pendulum says yes. The first time I asked it this question, I said it 3 times. It said no. I was like, what? I'm Reiki infused. What do you mean no? So every time I get my Reiki on, I'm going to add Christ in there. I call upon, my ancestors from the 3rd heaven and above. I call upon the Reiki masters from the 3rd heaven and above. I call upon Christ. And so on and so forth. That tingled my 3rd eye. That tingled me. So now, if when you're doing this, okay, here's the 3rd step. If when you do this, in the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light, 3 times, if it says no, then you say, is there a lower energy? Is this a lower energy And if it says yes, send it to the light. Lower energy, I send you to the light. Get out of my aura. You're not welcome here. Go to the light. And you could even say, in the name of Christ, in the name of Christ, in the name of Christ. Right? So, check in. You know, you might be using your pendulum, used it for years. You think everything's hunky-dory. Check in. Just for shits and giggles. Check in. In the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light? If it's not, it's lying to you. You can sit here and say, I ask my highest self, blah, 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 blah. And it's going to tell you whatever. Sometimes it's going to tell you the truth. And sometimes it's going to lie to you. Because it's not of the highest and purest light. I've done everything. I've put holy water on this. I've put holy oil on this. I have stuck it in my singing bowls and dinged it. I have Reiki'd the hell out of it. I have saged it. I have Palo Santo'd it. I have dragon blooded it. And it has still lied to me. Not this in particular, but the little nasties. So all these things are worthless without the name of Christ. And that is something I believed most of my life and fell away from when I stopped being a Christian. But see, Christ isn't about Christianity. Christ is about love and of a higher vibration. So that is the lesson for today. I hope that helps you. It has helped me significantly. I did the same with my dowsing rods. Dowsing rods are easily messed with because they come, your aura is here, your aura is here, and the dowsing rods go beyond that, right? So they're outside of your aura. So I have not only done this with my aura, but I've done it with my home, my entire home. So I asked if I'm good for the night, and they said yes. See? I'm good for the night. My grandma and Shar, always wanting to hug me. Always wanting to hug. They're in that yes position. They're saying yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Grandma and Shar. I appreciate all your help. All right, so I'm going to upload this video, and then we're going to make a new video with a 3-card pull for the Sunday guidance for the week. Love, light, peace, and joy. Be well. Lisa Lovestone out.